All right, welcome everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hello to those joining live. Hello to those joining on the recording. Wow, so I think if Yulia's in Montana, I think we have Germany, Nicaragua, and Scotland right now. So that's a pretty cool international class we got going on today. So we're going to start with the sync up. So I'm going to take my right leg and step it over my left leg. And take my right hand and put it underneath my left armpit. And take my left hand and give myself a hug. I'm going to look over my left shoulder and bring the body all the way around to the right. Pulling your spinal pelvic lock, belly button to spine, squeezing your sex organs, and think about growing a little taller. We're going to take 6 breaths together. The first 3 are going to be in and out the mouth. And imagine you're breathing through all of your skin, all of your fascia, all the way down to your bone marrow. So big breath into the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Slowly unwind towards center. Shake out the body, move the spine around a little bit. So I'm going to say a few words, but as I do it, let's warm up the whole body. Let's bring a little vibration into our cells. So I'm going to start with a very simple up and down vertical shake. Soft little bounce out of the knees and ankles. And this can be very subtle, very, very gentle if you want. And it can be more vigorous if you want it to as well. So find out what feels good, setting the intention to release stress and tension from the body. On the exhales, feel free to let out a sigh. So my name is Dave Galena. Mixed Movement Arts is the name of the work I'm bringing into the world. Thanks for the special guests joining today. I've been teaching movement and dance for 15 years now, and fascial maneuvers is the most powerful, potent thing I've come across. I'm totally in love with the practice. I'm on day 26 of a teaching streak, doing at least 1 or 2 sessions per day. So excited to continue that. Yeah, we're gonna do some fascial maneuvers today. Many different ways to explain it. Strategic movement, breathwork, and intention, with a particular focus on the pressure mechanics of the body. So viewing the body as a pressurized system that we're going to do specific breath with to release restrictions throughout our fascia, which is this continuous web that goes underneath the skin, around every muscle, every organ, every individual muscle fiber and nerve cell. Every cell in the body is being touched by the fascia, all connected. If you want, you can become a little bit more vigorous just for 10, 9, 8. Let the breath go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take a moment just to pause where you are, drop any tension, soften and close the eyes. Sense a string on the very top of your head suspending you up towards the sky, so creating some openness in the spine without any tension. Everything else relaxes down into the earth. Bring your shoulders ever so slightly back and down. Feel the very start of a smile in the corners of the mouth, and notice how that opens up the head and the chest. Breathing through your entire skin layer, breathing into your fascial layer, all the way down to your bones. Inviting a moment of gratitude. Gratitude for this miracle we call the body. Gratitude for the space we get to practice in and the technology we get to unite from around the world. All right. So before going into the stress reset, we're going to start with the fascial coffee today. A pattern of stimulating the skin, going with the flow of the fascia, inspired by the acupuncture meridians. So we're going to start on the right arm. I'm going to go down the inside of the right arm, over the fingers, up the outside. We're going to do everything 3 times. Down the inside, up the outside. Left arm. Down the inside, up the outside. 2, 3. Back to the right arm. Pinky, inside of the arm to the ribs. Pinky to the ribs, pinky to the ribs. Left side, pinky to the ribs. 2, 3. Now for the legs, I'm going to go down the front of the legs to the big toe, up the middle of the legs to the pubic bone. Down the front, up the middle. Third time. Next, we go to the pinky toe, up the outside of the legs to the rib cage. Pinky toe to the ribs, pinky toe to the ribs. Next is the heels, up the back of the legs to the lower back. Heels to lower back, heels to lower back. Lower back, brush it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Same thing, back of the neck. 1, 2, 3. Go to your right hip, over to your left hip, and just make some circles here. Make a couple extra. Taking a breath into the belly, saying hi to all your organs. We'll do the organ reset at the end of class today. Next up, I'm going to do eyebrows. Brush the back of the head. Eyebrows out. Then I do eyes and nose to the ears. 2, 3. 2 fingers down the jawline to the chin. 1, 2, 3. Right side of the neck, I go up, 2, 3. Left side, up, 2, 3. Middle, up, 2, 3. Going on to my right chest, up towards the shoulders, left towards the shoulders. Brush your shoulders off. 1, 2, 3. And just notice how you feel. Come back into that standing meditation posture. So soft knees, string suspending you, top of the head. Everything else relaxes down into the earth. Shoulders ever so slightly back and down. Start of a smile in the corners of the mouth. Breathing through all of your skin and fascia. And just notice, does it feel a little different now than it did a few minutes ago? Good, good. Moving into the stress reset. So we'll start with the palette swipe today. I'll take my right foot, step it over, right hand onto my left shoulder, left hand on top of my right shoulder. Take the thumb, press it onto the inside roof of the mouth, going from right to left. We've been doing extra in this class. We're going to do it 9 times today. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make this last one nice and slow. 9. Free up the body, take a few steps in your space, allow that to integrate. Notice if you sense more openness, more space in the head. Should always feel a little bit more peaceful, balanced, relaxed but alert with the palette swipe. Remember, Gary says that's one he does a lot throughout the day. All right, totally twisted. Let's take the right leg, step it over the left leg. Right hand underneath the left armpit, left hand, give yourself a hug. Let's start by looking over the right shoulder. Bring the body all the way around to the left. Find that counter spiral, counter rotation. Pull in your spinal pelvic lock, grow a little bit taller. We're going to do a stage breath into the mouth, pursed lips. Here we go. More, more. Rotate deeper. Exhale. Again. More, more. Rotate deeper. Exhale. Again. More, more. Deeper. Exhale. 6 breaths in the nose, out the mouth. 1, spinal pelvic lock in, grow taller. 2, gently rotate deeper on the exhales. 3, relax your shoulders. 4, connect to gratitude. 5, squeezing stress and tension out of the body. 6, feel yourself healing and balancing. Keep the arms and legs where they are. Unwind towards center slowly. Then you're going to look over your left shoulder. Twist the body all the way around to the right. Spinal pelvic lock in, grow taller. Find that end range of motion. Inflating the torso like a big balloon. Pursed lips. Stage breath. More. More. Rotate deeper. Exhale. Again. More. More. Deeper. Exhale. One more time here. More. More. Deeper. Ah. 6 breaths in the nose, out the mouth. 1, spinal pelvic lock, grow taller. 2, rotating deeper. 3, relax the shoulders. 4, sense gratitude. 5, squeezing stress and tension out of the body. 6, know that you are healing and balancing. We're going to advance it. Let's do a stage breath in. More, more. Hinge at the hips, keeping the legs straight. Rotate deeper and exhale. 3 big breaths in and out the mouth. Good. Now bend the knees. Use what you can to torque yourself into even deeper rotation. Squeezing your spinal pelvic lock, everything rotating deeper, squeezing stress, tension, trauma out of the body. Let's do 1 stage breath here. In, more, more, deeper. Exhale. 3 big breaths in and out the mouth. 1, 2, 3. 3 in the nose, out the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Slowly come on out of that position. Free up the body. A moment of head rush, dizzy on that one, in a nice, pleasant way. So go for a walk, let that integrate. So walking is always a good default to do, and if it becomes more of like a dancey, stylish walk, that's always welcome as well. Any sort of movement to allow like hitting the save button on the new fascial openings that we're creating here. All right, side number 2. Left leg steps over the right leg, left hand, right armpit, right hand hug. Looking to your left, all the way, body all the way, twisting to your right. Find that counter rotation, spinal pelvic lock in, grow taller. Stage breath, pursed lips. More, more. Rotate deeper. Exhale. Again. More, more. Deeper. Exhale. One more time here. More, more. Deeper. Exhale. 6 breaths in the nose, out the mouth. One, spinal pelvic lock, grow taller. Two, rotate deeper. Three, relax the shoulders. Four, connect to gratitude. Five, feel stress and tension leaving the body. Six, feel yourself healing. Slowly unwind yourself towards center. Look over your right shoulder, twist the body all the way around to your left. Grow taller with your spinal pelvic lock in. Pursed lips, stage breath. More, more, deeper. Exhale. Again. More, more, deeper. Exhale. One more time. More, more, deeper. Exhale. 6 breaths in the nose, out the mouth. One, two. Try to remember all the postural cues here. Three, four, five, six. Feel yourself healing. Stage breath. More, more. Hinge at the hips, folding forward, legs straight, rotate deeper, exhale. 3 big breaths in and out the mouth. Good, now bend the knees. Use what you can to rotate even deeper into this position. Imagine you're squeezing stress, tension, trauma out of the body. Keep pulling in that spinal pelvic lock. Let's do one stage breath for fun here. More, more, deeper. Exhale. In and out the mouth. One, two, three. In the nose, out the mouth. One, two, three. Slowly rise on up. Free up the body. Let the dizziness subside. Go for a little walk. Notice what you notice. What feels different? Feel a lot of heat released on that one. Overall, just much more relaxed, present. Hmm. Do a quick couple laps around a figure eight in your space. So allowing that to integrate. Reverse your figure eight. All right, anti-gravity is next. So I'm going to interlace my fingers and my thumb. I'm going to come to the back of my neck and I'm going to scoop the skin, the back of the neck up towards my occiput, the back of the head. Pull in your spinal pelvic lock and then bring head, chest, elbows all up to the sky. Really reach those elbows high and wide. If you want, you can engage the glutes, aka squeeze the butt and bring a little bit more back bend into this. 3 big breaths in and out the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Breath in, hold, tuck the chin to the chest, elbows in, exhale. Keep tractioning the back of your neck. Big inhale through the mouth. Look up and to your right. Exhale, center. In to your left. Exhale, center. In to the right. Exhale, center. In left. Center. In right. Center. In left. Center. Slight bend of the knees. Stick the butt out. Drop down towards a skier squat. Keep that spinal pelvic lock in. Keep the spine long. If you want to advance it, you can bring your knees closer together. Now we're going to breathe in and rotate the whole body this time. So elbows are wide, big breath in through the mouth. Whole body twists up and to your right. Exhale, center. In to the left. Exhale, center. In right. Center. In left. Center. One more time each side. In right. Center. In left. Center. If you can, drop down to a full deep squat, bringing everything in. If the deep squat is not accessible, stand up, tuck the chin to the chest again, and round the lower back. So making this C curve with the spine. And if you're in the deep squat, see if you can compress yourself into a tiny little ball, even more. Even here, squeezing in the spinal pelvic lock. Let's do 3 big breaths in and out the mouth. 1, 2, 3. In the nose, out the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Good. Keep the head low. Bring the hips high as you straighten your legs. Find a forward bend. Keep trying to pull your head off. And you can shift weight side to side a little bit here, taking some big breaths. If you want to advance it, you can take a big breath in and then look up, elbows wide. Exhale, elbows in, tuck the chin to the chest. Or chin to your knees, excuse me. Inhale, exhale. Slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing to go. We'll finish where we started with our spinal pelvic lock in, head, chest, elbows all up towards the sky. 3 big breaths in and out the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Let it go. Go for a walk. Move the spine around. Notice the space in your spine. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, go for a little walk. Just another moment here. So one thing I need to do for the human grad certification is prove that I'm teaching classes. So I'm going to put us in gallery mode for a minute and do a screenshot. You're welcome to be in it and smile if you want to, and no big deal if not. So in three, two, one. Awesome. Thanks all. Assignment complete. Yeah, this is the class where I have like 5 more assignments to do before the final exam. So I'm molding them into this class. And that was one of the pieces. Ah, all right. Good, good, good. That was a stress reset. I'm just blown away every day with how powerful it is. So before we go on to some more energizing stuff, let's do a couple for the cranium, for the head here. Starting with my favorite, the antler twist. Right hand, heel the hand to the temple here, fingertips facing back. Left hand, fingertips facing forward. Crush the head as much as you can, and then slowly rotate your fingers upwards to give yourself some antlers. Interlace the fingers or grab the top of your head to pull that rotated skin up. Spinal pelvic lock in, start to slowly move the head and neck around. You can open and close the mouth. I like to turn this into a bit of a yawning party. So big yawns. Challenge yourself more on these. You can add more of a back bend. You can also add a deep squat. Good, let it go. And just notice the shift after that. You can hear a difference in my voice. It just became lower and slower. Cool. Peekaboo is next. So I'm going to take my right hand, reach it all the way around behind my neck towards like if I can get to the side or even the front. And so I take that right hand, grab the skin and fascia, and then pull it as my right elbow comes forward. I'm gonna take my left hand, cover up my eye. I'm making a contact with the heel of my hand to my cheek. The vector is here. So peekaboo is how you remember it. So once you're here, if you have any um, oils or anything on the skin, you can use a towel or a shirt for better grip. Even on the cranial stuff, still pulling in the spinal pelvic lock. Gently trying to rotate your head into your right arm. Getting a good pull with that left. And you can slowly move the body around a little bit. Let's take some big breaths in and out the mouth. In the nose, out the mouth. Ah, good. Let it go. Let's take a moment to come to our standing meditation posture again. So soften, close the eyes. Sense the string on top of your head suspending up towards the sky. Everything else relaxes down into the earth. Shoulders back and down. Start of a smile. Breathing through your whole skin, fascia. Feel aliveness throughout your whole system. Notice what sensations are present for you. Notice the emotional tone. Notice the quality of thoughts. Hmm. Let's do one more head. Let's do the double ear pull. So grab a handful of ear and you're going to pull it up and off your head. Oh, same thing applies. Making faces, opening, closing the mouth, moving the whole body around slowly. Spinal pelvic lock in. Ah, good. Let it go. Ah, notice the shift. Notice how you feel. All right, I can't help myself. We're gonna do a few more for the head before we do the energizing stuff. Um, let's see, which one was I gonna do? Ear twist. So thumbs go in the ear. I'm gonna grab a hold of my ear and twist them down. Then all the same stuff, yawning, moving, thumb and ear, twisting down. A few more big breaths or yawns. Ah, good. And just for one quick moment, just for contrast, come back to that position. Just notice if you feel a shift. String on top of the head, shoulders back and down, breathing through the skin, start of a smile, aliveness in the hands and feet. So standing meditation posture, qigong, somatic posture, Tai Chi pull, all the same things. What is this position of feeling length in the spine, get relaxed, slightly open chest without tension. This is a great cues to remember when you're walking too. So just keep those in mind as you go for a little walk in your space. And if you go for a walk outside later today, try to remember this and find this effortless sense of walking. Kind of like you're floating, walking on air. I like to mimic like what is my idea of like the martial arts master? How would they walk? All right. Energizing series is next. We're gonna go to the swinger first. So my head and chest stays up as I drop my fingertips to my kneecaps. I take my left hand, reach it across to my right shoulder. If you want, you can go on the skin, optional. Right hand, grab the tricep, skin, pull it down towards your elbow. First, look over your left shoulder, then bring the body all the way around to the right. Pull in your spinal pelvic lock, drop down towards a squat. So you can do it here if you want. If you want to advance it, you take your left foot, step it diagonally behind yourself. Wherever you are, rotate deeper. We're going to do 6 big breaths in and out the mouth, followed by 1 stage breath. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a stage. More, more. Rotate deeper and hold. Exhale. Stand on up. Take a few steps. Notice how that feels. Definitely feel more awake, more energy after that. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, endocannabinoid system, the runner's high, nitric oxide, anti-inflammatory, and a muscle relaxer. Those are just a few of the hundreds, probably even thousands of different molecules being released. We only know a small amount of what's going on. But what we do know, it's quite positive for this biology. Second side, head and chest up, drop down, fingertips to the kneecaps. Right hand to your opposite shoulder, skin option. Left hand, traction towards your elbow. Look to your right, body to your left. Find that end range of motion. Keep the end range of motion as you pull in your spinal pelvic lock, dropping down towards the squat. You can do it here. If you want to advance it, take that right foot, step it diagonally behind yourself. 6 big breaths followed by a stage. In and out the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stage. More, more, deeper. Exhale. Come on out, shake it out, move the body around. All right. Pretzel squat is next. I'm gonna take my left foot, step it. I'm gonna take my right foot and make a T. So my heel is right in the middle. Take my right foot, I step it forward about 3 feet. If you go narrower, it's gonna be harder. So my foot is facing straight out. Take your left hand, reach it forward. Look over your left shoulder. Take your right hand, your free hand, place it on your hip, and then push your hip into that hand as you tilt over. Keep the legs straight. When you find the stretch, stay there. Take your left hand on top of your right shoulder. Take your right hand, palm facing out, but behind your shoulder blades. If you can't reach it, just somewhere behind your back. Now, drop down evenly between your 2 feet. Keep looking over your left shoulder. Keep twisting the body around to the right. 6 big breaths in and out the mouth. I'm not going to count them, just rapid fire. Here we go. Stay low, release the arms, switch the arms. Right hand to your left shoulder, left hand, palm out behind the shoulder blades. Look over your right shoulder, twist the body around to the left. Find that counter rotation, spinal pelvic lock in. 6 more breaths. Whew. Rise on up. Go for a walk after that one. Shake it out. Feeling more alive after that. Yeah, I have a little buzz in my head. Feel a little lightness, vibration, tingly in my torso. Second side. Right foot steps, left foot makes a T with the heel in the middle. Step out about 3 feet. Keep the legs straight as you reach forward with your right arm. Look over the right shoulder. Take your left hand to your hip and push your hip into your hand, tilting you over. When you find that stretch, take your right hand in front, place it on top of your left shoulder. Take your left hand, palm out between the shoulder blades. Drop down evenly between your 2 legs. Keep looking to your right, body to the left, spinal pelvic lock. 6 big breaths in and out the mouth on your own. Here we go. Stay low, switch everything, release the arms. Left hand on your right shoulder, right hand between your shoulder blades, palm out. Look over your left shoulder, twist the body around more to the right. Spinal pelvic lock, 6 more breaths. Come on out. Go for a walk. Move the spine, move the hips around a bit. Visit your figure eight. Ah. All right, pullover is next. So I'm going to take my left hand, reach it up and over my right shoulder. I find the little armpit crease and I go slightly towards the center. I reach down, I grab some skin and fascia and pull it up. See this little walking of the fingers? I'll do this a lot. If I lose it, I kind of walk them down, regrip. So important to keep the skin traction. Right hand, reach across your body to your ribs, pull from back to front. From here, look over your right shoulder, elevate your right shoulder. Bend the knees, elevate it even more. Pull in your spinal pelvic lock, and then pull that shoulder across your body towards your opposite knee, your left knee. You can do the position from here, or you can take your right foot and step it diagonally behind yourself. Keep looking over your right shoulder, squeezing the spinal pelvic lock. Let's do a little extra today. Let's do 9 breaths, followed by 1 stage breath. Here we go. On your own, big breaths. Stage. More. More. Deeper. Exhale. Rise on up. Go for a walk. Shake out the body. Notice the difference between how the right side of your body feels versus the left side in the torso. And if you take a big breath into the belly, can you feel your right lung expanding more than your left? So again, that pullover is also opening up the kidneys. So if you're like me and have any autoimmune issues, this is a really good one to do regularly. So let's do the second side. Right hand, left shoulder, armpit crease slightly to the middle. Reach down, pull up some skin and fascia. Take your left hand, reach it across, pull from back to front on the ribs. Look to your left. Elevate the left shoulder, bend the knees, elevate it even more, pulling that string tight between your fingers and your left hip. Spinal pelvic lock in, pull that shoulder across your body to your right knee. You can do the movement here if you want to advance it. Take your left leg diagonally behind yourself. 9 big breaths in and out the mouth, followed by a stage. Stage. Deeper. Ah. Good. Rise on up. Ah. So yeah, we go for a little walk. Swinger, pullover. We used to just do 6 big breaths. So we can add in a stage breath. We can add in some more breathing. So Human Garage likes to do the breathing in sets of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12. All right. Let's do a little bit more before we move on to the organs. So another one of my favorites lately has been the overhead elbow torque. I'm going to show a couple of variations for this. So let's find the position to begin with. Right hand onto the base of your neck on your right trap. Left hand, palm the elbow, rotate the skin outwards. Bring it above your head. Look to your right. Squeezing your spinal pelvic lock. Side bend the body to your left, opening up the right side of your body. Now, this is great. You can hang out here. This is a really good position. If you want to advance it, a couple ways to do that. One could be the diagonal step. This is really nice. One I've been playing with is from a deep squat, finding side bending, and then taking, if I'm on my right arm here, I bring my right knee towards the ground to open up that side of my body. So you can do the standing variation, the step behind, or the deep squat. So given some options here, 6 big breaths in and out the mouth, followed by a stage. Stage. More, more, deeper. Exhale. Woo. All right, go for a walk after that one. Bring your arms over your head and just notice how different your shoulder feels. Yeah, more open on this side of my body. All right. Second side, left hand, base the neck. Right hand, palm the elbow, rotate the skin outwards. Take it up above your head. Spinal pelvic lock in, look to your left. Side bend the body to the right, opening up the left side of the body. You can hang out here. You can step diagonally behind yourself. You can go into a deep squat. In the deep squat, I'm trying to open up the left side of my body, so I bring my left knee towards the ground. Whoop. 6 big breaths followed by a stage. Keep looking over your left shoulder. Stage. More, more, deeper. Exhale. Go for a walk. Let that integrate. Getting the habit of finding that standing meditation posture, even as you walk, openness in the body. Connecting to gratitude. All right, one more for the head, and then we go into the organs. So I'm going to do the finger in the ear twist. So it's the opposite torque of the antler twist. So my right side, finger in the ear is going to go back, left side is going to go forward. If you have nails, you can try to use the finger pad here, but find that counter rotation. Move the head around, yawn. Good. Let it go. Shake out the body. Wow. Such a potent shift after doing one cranial movement. So we keep saying this, like learn a good handful of the face head movements. So that way it can be on kind of autopilot. Like I was watching some comedy last night and I was just doing face stuff the whole time. I felt so good after and I slept great. So a little life hack. If you're going to be hanging around anyway, might as well aliven your face and your head. Let's build a little heat in the hands. Let's make a S or a Z sound. Feel that vibration in the lungs. First set of knuckles. Middle knuckles and fingernails. So the S or the Z is the sound for the lungs. So it's opening up the breath as we go into the organs. Give yourself a hand. And just take a moment to add some percussion to the body. Torso. Oh, all right. So organ reset, starting with the ileocecal valve. Belly button, pointy hip bone on the right. I'm going to go right in the middle of that with my right hand. I'm going to push in and then rotate to give myself a thumbs up. If you want, you can do it right on the skin. Left hand, back of the neck, gently pull in your spinal pelvic lock. Breathing pattern is going to be 3 in and out the mouth, followed by 3 in the nose, out the mouth. So let's breathe together. 1, 2, 3. Through the nose. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, body, for holding this grief. I release this grief from my body. Add a little movement where your hand is to your ileocecal valve. Just find a little articulation of the spine, giving that a little moment of some love, attention, some gratitude, giving the gift of movement to that area where the ileocecal valves, where the small intestine becomes the large intestine. Another thing, if you have any autoimmune digestive issues, that is one of the most important ones to do. So, moving up to the liver gallbladder, from where I was on the ileocecal valve, I go up just underneath the rib cage there. Same torque pattern. I'm going to push in, rotate thumbs up, left hand back of the neck. Breathing into your liver and gallbladder. The qigong sound for the liver is shh. So we're going to breathe in through the mouth, out with a shh, 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 through the nose. Shh, shh. I release this anger from my body. I release this resentment from my body. Hmm. Start to move your liver around a little bit. Release the hands. Just a moment of finding a little articulation, a little wave, a little circle. Stomach is next. So with my right hand, I'm going to go to my solar plexus, just underneath the sternum, go to the left side. This is a direct horizontal left to right traction. Left hand, you know what to do. Don't forget that spinal pelvic lock. Breathing life into your stomach, which is about belief and desire, in and out the mouth. 1, 2, 3. Through the nose. 1, 2, 3. I believe in my body's ability to heal and perform. I believe in myself. Thank you, stomach. Move that stomach around a little bit. All right, next up, Same way we found the ileocecal valve on the right, we're going to do the same thing on the left. Valve of Houston is the name, or the descending colon becomes the sigmoid colon. Push in, same torque pattern, the thumbs up. Left hand back of the neck, spinal pelvic lock. In and out the mouth. One, two, three. Through the nose. One, two, three. I no longer need to overthink to feel safe in my body or my life. No longer need to overthink. Release the hands. Move that part of the body around. Notice if you have a difference in quality of thought, quality of emotions. Always more grounded and centered doing this practice. All right, the bladder is next. Bladder is about fear. Right hand to my pubic bone. I'm going to pull up and then a thumbs up. Left hand, you know what to do. This time when you squeeze in the spinal pelvic lock, also squeeze your butt and push your hips forward just a touch. Spinal pelvic lock, breathing in and out the mouth. One, two, three. In the nose, out the mouth. One, two, three. Thank you, fear, for protecting me in the best way that you knew how. I no longer need this protection. We're running a new program now. I release this fear from my body. Let it go, move the hips around. Someone who spent probably the majority of my life in like fear survival mode. That one always has an impact on me. Yeah, this past 5 weeks of obsessively doing fascial maneuvers, it's like the first time I've consistently not felt that survival mode tension. It's so wild. I didn't know life could feel so good and relaxed. Kidneys is next. So I'm gonna take my right hand, I'm gonna slide it up to my rib cage, like nipple bra line, squeeze the rib cage and go down. Left hand back to the neck. So for this one, I'm gonna look to my right, side bend my body, over to the left, squeeze my spinal pelvic lock. We start with 3 rapid fire breaths. And then the Qigong sound for the kidneys is choo, C-H-O-O, so in the mouth. Out with a choo, choo, choo. In the nose. Choo, choo, choo. Thank you, kidneys, for powering my emotions in my life. Good. Let's switch the hands. Left hand, come on up, squeeze the rib cage, pull down. Look to your left, side bend to your right, spinal pelvic lock in, 3 rapid fire breaths. In the nose, or sorry, in the mouth. Out with a choo, choo, choo. To the nose. Choo, choo, choo. Thank you, kidneys, for powering my emotions and my life. From where you are, take that left hand, slide it down, slide it slightly towards the back, thumb into your spine muscles. So same, looking to your left, body side bends to the right. Also bring that left shoulder forward a little bit. So trying to open up the space where your left hand is, bringing some life, gratitude, intention to your spleen. Breathe in through the mouth, out with a whoo, W-H-O-O. Whoo, whoo. Nose. Whoo, Ooh, ooh. I release this worry from my body. Thank you, spleen. Move the ribs, the kidneys, the spleen around a little bit. Feel that space in the organs. Feel all your organs moving, breathing, glowing. All right, almost there. Next up is the thyroid. I'm going to take my hand, traction the skin back, and go up gently. This time with the left hand, you're going to scoop the skin, traction it tight a little bit here. Spinal pelvic lock in, breathing in and out the mouth. One, two, three. In the nose, out the mouth. One, two, three. I'm no longer afraid to speak my truth. I speak with integrity. Take that right hand, slide it down over your heart. Take your left hand, slide it on top of your head. If your arms are tired, my arms are actually a little tired. I want to shake them up for a minute. Imagine passing a warm white healing light between your two hands. Spinal pelvic lock gently in. You can be in stillness here, or you can add a little spinal articulation, gently finding some movement between your two hands, balancing out the brain, balancing out the heart. Thank you, brain, for keeping me safe in the best way that you knew how. I no longer need you to make up stories in order to feel safe. We're running a new program now. You can relax. Thank you, heart, for holding all this pain and trauma until I was ready to process it and let it go. I'm letting go more and more every day. Sense coherent waves coming out of your brain, coherent waves, coherent field coming out of your heart. And then your fascia as the liquid crystal magnifier. Release the hands. If it feels good to be in stillness, enjoy that. If it feels good to find a little movement with either spine articulation or a little shake, do whatever feels most nourishing for your body. When I ask that question for me, it's usually some sort of full body yawn pandiculation. That's really the name of the game. How many times can you check in with yourself today and say, what's the next just right thing for me? Not too much stimulation, but also not too little stimulation. Finding that just rightness. When in doubt, try a fascial maneuver. It's going to make your life better. It's going to take stress out of the body, infusing your system with good chemicals, hormones, neurotransmitters. So if you've cultivated an enjoyable state, we're also using the sync to anchor in the state. So how we will close out the movement session, and I'll be available for any questions, is right where we started. So I'm going to take my right foot, step it over my left leg, right hand, left armpit. Give yourself a big hug and enjoy that hug. Spinal pelvic lock in, look to your left, body to the right. Imagine on all of the air molecules in your room, there's little molecules of love and gratitude. And you're going to breathe those in deep into your being. And all of your skin, all of your fascia, all the way down to the bones is going to light up with love and gratitude as you heal. 3 breaths in and out the mouth. One, two, 3. In the nose. 1, 2, 3. Just note how you feel. The sense of gratitude, the sense of love, relaxed, grounded, centered, whatever it is, hit the save button. So anytime you do the sync up, you're going to evoke this positive state. And then the other way that we are anchoring the state in this program is to take the non-dominant hand and touch together your index finger, middle finger, and thumb, and just simply rub them together like this. And you need to create this neurological association. So this state that I'm in right now, say whatever words that you want to evoke. So I'm creating this little shortcut. When I rub my fingers together like this, I'm going to feel grounded, centered, present, grateful, loving, connected. So at the end of practice, when I'm in a good place, anchoring that state. So that way, if I'm going about my day, life happens, I can always do the sync up. I know I'm going to feel better. Sometimes I can't do this if I'm driving or in the middle of a conversation. So this is one you can do, just kind of like under the radar, nobody knows it, and it can cause a dramatic shift in your neurochemistry, your brain waves. Yeah, I'll ask questions in a moment. Just want to say thank you all for joining. This was a super cool class to have people from all over the world join. Yeah, we got Seattle, Montana. We had Ohio earlier, and then Germany, Nicaragua, and Scotland right now. So it's pretty cool. Grateful for this technology that brings us together. So I'm going to keep doing these 9 a.m.s pretty much Monday through Friday, every day. Um, let's see, if you're interested in learning more, got options. So this weekend, I'm teaching a introduction to fascial maneuvers from the mixed movement arts perspective. I'll be finishing up the human garage certification in the next day, I believe. And yeah, 2 to 4 p.m. Mountain Time. It's online Zoom on Friday. It's 2 to 4 in Denver on Saturday and 2 to 4 in Boulder on Sunday. So if you know anyone who would benefit from this work, this is one way to introduce them. I'm going to bring my particular style. You can always learn it from Human Garage as well. They have great stuff, pay what feels right model. So I've got those coming up. And then December 1st is Monday. So this 30-day container is coming to a close. This will exist on its own for people to go through it, this transformational movement practices. So I'm going to have a 21-day reset program from the December 1st through 21st. That's going to be entry level. I'll be doing 9 a.m.s most days. And then at 9:30, I'm going to switch gears and do an intermediate class. So Reset Level 2 is going to be that program. So anyone who's been doing this work with me for the past month or has gone through the Human Garage 28-day reset and you want a environment where we can move a little faster, go a little deeper. I don't need to explain every cue every single time for the basics. So I've really been enjoying the researching component, combining different things, experimenting. So lots of fun stuff to share with those containers. If December feels like the right time, awesome. They're going to be available in January as well. So no scarcity. I know that's an anti-marketing thing to say. So I should be creating artificial scarcity, but that's just not honest. All right. Cool. Any questions, any comments about anything we did, anything fascial maneuvers, mixed movement arts? Floor is open.
Beautiful class, beautiful class. It was going so much deeper than when I do it on my own,
Hmm.
and I could really relax into it. I didn't have to think about anything. You did the thinking, so really beautiful.
Glad you had a good experience. Yeah, thanks for coming. You're very welcome. It's something so magical about doing it in a group. Like I just feel better and better the more I practice. So it's been easy to teach every single day this month because I feel great after doing it.
I know it's like
First
self-therapy
time
as
for
well as
me.
benefiting other people as well, isn't it?
Hmm. Hmm.
I like the Eastern kind of philosophy being brought in as well. So I do a bit of the kind of qigong and brushing, etc. So I really liked how you kind of just effortlessly that kind of came in and was integrated as well because it's really good.
Thanks. Yeah, I've really
It
been
was a
enjoying.
lovely class.
Mhm. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I appreciate the feedback, and I love the permission that Human Garage is giving us to really bring in our own style
Yeah.
and make this a unique thing. So I'm so curious to see what all the other coaches are going to continue to come up with. And it's changed dramatically in the past 26 days of doing this every day. So it'll be
When
a
did you start, Day?
So I had this program for the month of November called Transformational Movement Practices, and this is going to be originally inspired from at a Joe Dispenza event. So the thought was this was kind of complementing to meditation and manifestation.
Hmm.
And I've had a somatic toolkit of movement that I was going to bring to it. As I'm researching the fascia, I come across fascial maneuvers on, I think it was October 21st. And I went all in and was like, oh, this needs to be really in the program. And I went from this needs to be in the program to this needs to be the central pillar of the program because it's just
Okay.
so effective.
Yep.
So yeah, I went through the 28-day reset in about 10 days, just to like repetition, repetition, 3 times a
Hmm.
day minimum practice.
Yeah.
Again, I just felt great doing it. And then November 1st was the first day of this container, and I've taught um, a 9 a.m. every day this month, and then usually like a pop-up or some other session or recording a video for the certification.
Okay. Cool. And in terms of the coach training, then did you just discover the coach training even in October? Then have you literally just crash coursed your interest?
Yeah, I knew I could learn the basics of the
Yeah.
system enough to get people going
Yeah.
by just mimicking what I learned in the 28-day reset.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it was right around the start of November. They said, we have a cohort coming up for November 8th, and had my meeting for the partial scholarship sort of thing. And yeah, jumped right in and just been loving it. And yeah, 200.
It's amazing because that's the bit, it's the confidence bit to go from. Because I feel quite confident. I've been doing the maneuvers for a couple of years now. I'm like you, I applied and it was the scholarship as well. But yeah, it's just that kind of taking it into that class environment of just kind of sort of saying to a group of friends, hey, listen, come and try this and just give me feedback, but just kind of sort of checking it out. Can I ask, do you have to have, I haven't asked this question yet, but do you have insurance through your own kind of mixed movement art job kind of, do you have that? Do you have that already? Do you have to get that?
That is a good question. When I used to work out of different studios, I
Yeah.
had liability insurance.
Yeah.
I think it was like 75 US dollars for the year.
Mhm.
Um, Honestly, I've been just working for myself, so my liability insurance is probably in need of an update. But
No, I know. It's. I suppose that's that formality, and I know they're doing the business accelerator, and I can't do that. It's way too expensive. But
yeah,
you just kind of think when it's going in at that level, they must have a kind of standard. So it might be worth checking out with them in the group. I'll maybe put it in as a question. But anyway, yeah, that was a lovely workshop. Thank you so much.
yeah, you're very welcome. Good
Nice
to
to see everybody.
good to meet you. Any other questions out there?
Yes. With a palette swipe,
Hmm.
like it feels like vomiting every single time I do it. And the stronger I do the pressure, the more it feels like that. So is it just bringing stuff up or what is happening there?
Yeah, so my version with palette swipe is I felt this like it was like a pebble in the roof of my mouth, this like pointy thing. And yeah, it was nauseating. I felt like I was like gagging and like feeling like I was gonna vomit the first couple times doing it. So I just had to do it more towards the front of the mouth and trying
Mhm.
to go, and then slightly just like centimeter by centimeter went back a little bit. So the sensitivity of the gag reflex was able to dampen there, but it did take consistent practice to get to that point.
maybe I'm forcing it because I didn't go more in the front. I just kept doing it, you know.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Gradual, simple
Yeah.
things and should be supportive
That's
there.
what I'm discovering. Softness is good. Like sometimes you go full in, and sometimes the body says, no, 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 today not. Today soft.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yep, trust the body.
Yeah.
What you got, David?
Quick statement, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, from yesterday, adjusted some of the breathing today,
Mm-hmm.
and did breathing faster with my mouth, like breathe in, breathe out, and that well much more impactful than
Mm-hmm.
breathing in slowly. And I just didn't know that that's what you were doing because, as you know, like the mic doesn't catch it. So maybe like for intro classes or new people, like if you're using this mic, just let them know that yeah, that's how you're doing it. It doesn't have to, but yeah, anyways.
No, that's good.
And cool. Yesterday so I had a bit of a stressful call yesterday, and um, this was where the question is where my feeling after yesterday's practice was gentleness, and I felt too sensitive and open in that call, and left very hurt. And it was a work call, so it's like it wasn't something I should, no, I don't know about should or shouldn't, but whatever. I didn't expect to feel hurt or attacked, and it wasn't aggressive on the other end. It just brought up some things, and um, I guess I was like in a more like defensive state, and um, so the question is, and I kind of answered a little bit today, and I'll say it a little bit more. So I went for a walk, and then afterwards to kind of like walk it off, and I used the three finger to
Mm-hmm.
kind of reset near the end of the walk, and that was really nice. I felt uh, after doing some walking and doing when I was doing the three finger, I was able to connect to that kind of groundedness and openness again, and feel more confident. Um, and I'm wondering if maybe there is something else I could do before calls like that, or to kind of have some armor, in some sense, I guess emotional armor up, and not be so open and gentle in places where that's not entirely necessary, or there's more that's needed to show up in those spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I felt like during the call I was a little bit like loose with my lips, so to speak, like I was saying things a little bit unnecessarily, which caused me the issues. So it's like treating maybe work in a more professional kind of way as opposed to like a friendly interaction. Where and the whole point of this, I guess, is like I put myself in a very soft place with the work that we're doing, and it didn't feel quite right for the environment that I found myself in like a few hours later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Thanks for the question. Yeah, a lot comes to mind there. And I think having the intention of what state I'm trying to create. So if I am trying to create
Mm,
this like open softness, creative place, that's a particular thing. I can do the same practices with the mental intention to have this sense of anti-fragility, have this sense of resilience where everything feels open and available, meaning all stress, all trauma, all unpleasant emotions you can think of as stuck energy or stagnation. So if I opened up, something came into my system and ooh, didn't feel good, something got stuck there. So definitely thinking about the organs with that. One kind of quick general reset of really like finding your own center can be the belly button torque, which is the similar torque pattern as before, but right hand. I put my middle finger in my belly button, push in, rotate up. You can hang there, or you can add the hand in the back,
yeah.
opposite direction. And as I'm doing this for like what you got going on, I would say something like, I this is my center. I'm grounded, literally connected to the earth. People can say whatever they're going to say. I trust my body to be able to digest and metabolize whatever emotional energies come my way. And then if there's like a spiritual practice you could layer into this, if you have, guides or protection or anything in that realm, I feel like layers on really nicely to this sort of work. But yeah, trusting that center, trusting that the belly, that there's something even deeper than the heart. We have our upper dantian, middle dantian, lower dantian, and most people in the West are living in the head or the chest and thinking more head and chest are great, but centered in the belly, literal center, closer to the ground. So the more I keep my energy in my lower belly with a open heart and head aligned on top of it, like the better I'm going to exist in the world. So there's some initial
Interesting.
thoughts, and then I really like to add the like if something came up and I want a quick reset, I'll do right leg over the left, totally twisted, looking to my left, going straight into a bent knee version, and then some stage breath, some rapid fire breathing here, and whatever stuck energy, I'm just imagining like I'm wringing it out like a towel and letting it go. How does that sound? Cool. Yeah, continue to experiment.
And that's fine sitting as well, right?
Yeah, totally. It works great sitting. You can also add, when you're seated, you can take the leg and fully wrap it around the other leg, or even just kind of tucking it behind. So that can be another way to really get deeper and get some good leverage in the position. Yeah, I guess the last thing I'll add to that is I notice how much mental clarity and inner peace I get from a single fascial maneuver on the head. So antler twist can be a good go-to. The double ear pull could be one. If I have thought energy that I no longer want in my brain, moving the fascia in the brain is going to be a supportive thing. Cool. Any other thoughts or questions out there? Mhm. What is
Quick question
diatomaceous?
for
Oh,
the
go ahead.
antlers or the twists.
Mhm.
Does it matter which way? Like uh as long as it's a twist?
So the we have a general torque pattern of like why we only do palette swipe right to left. So
Mm.
the human garage way of doing it is with the right hand back. So if you know right hand back, left hand forward, you can go there. You can try it on the other side and see how it feels, but you can just see which side has more resistance. After doing it a couple hundred times the first way, it actually felt kind of nice to do it the other way. Yeah, experiment. Like Gary's like, yeah, try palette swipe left to right, see what happens. Try peekaboo on the other side. 'Cause that's one that we only do. Um, the right arm, left hand. So trust the body, experimenting, adding movement to the body. Body is intelligent. It'll figure things out. So one recommendation when I continue is hydrating the fascial tissues. So the Irish sea moss is a really good one. The human garage view is that we are the majority of people very dehydrated because tap water, even filtered water, strips out the minerals. So then we drink water and it strips the minerals out of our body. So adding minerals has been a game changer for me. I used to just drink just gallons of water and just pee all day long. So I wasn't absorbing anything. So I had no minerals. So Irish sea moss, is a good one. And then diatomaceous earth is the other big recommendation. So diatomaceous earth, these little fossilized things that are very high in silica, other trace minerals. Make sure to get the food grade version, so you don't have little shards in your digestive system. But yeah, they have a supplement guide, tons of benefits from the diatomaceous earth, detox, removing heavy metals, improving digestion, relieving constipation, boosting collagen production, so that can improve skin health, strengthening your teeth and your bones, lowering cholesterol, improving heart health, killing parasites and other harmful organisms in the body. So in the free 28-day supplement guide the Human Garage has the diatomaceous earth, I have a list of 31 evidence-backed health benefits of diatomaceous earth.
Ask a quick question.
Yeah.
I saw the guide and it got a little bit overwhelmed by it. I was at PCC. They didn't have Diatomaceous. I looked it up on Google. They have pet like for pets. I don't think that's the right one. I don't know. And so what I'm wondering is for travel, um, what any suggestions? Because the CMOS needs refrigeration, so I can't do that. Um, but should maybe like is Diatomaceous a the minerals as well? Um, is that uh, do I get the hydration benefits from that? Because that I can travel with if I
Yeah.
order it online.
Yeah. Diatomaceous earth, silica is the big one. We're being depleted from silica with all of the environmental toxins. So silica, definitely some trace minerals. You can get Irish sea moss in capsule form. I know there's like gel and things that need to be refrigerated. But yeah, this brand has been the one that I've been enjoying. It's got ashwagandha and some other stuff in it. And
Nice.
diatomaceous earth, I think this bag that'll last me through the apocalypse was like $19. So food grade is the key on this one. You know, it's a white powder, so careful in airports. Let them know what it is. Careful not to breathe it. So I think that's the big precaution on that one. So it's very fine powder in the air. It is not good to get in the lungs directly. So note note that.
I have a question too. I do not have access to these things here. So is there any replacement I can take? I know Gary said to eat dirt.
Mhm.
And for the moss, for the sea moss, is there anything you know of?
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good question. The trace minerals is the first thing to come to mind, but if you can't get the other stuff, I thought trace minerals might be hard to track down as well. I'm trying to see if I have those around. But yeah, I might ask that question into the coaching certification group. I think you'll probably get some better answers for alternatives, and I'm super curious to learn too.
Thank you.
Hmm. Working on a pitch. So it's just a little 30 seconds here. So fascial maneuvers are a simple yet powerful and accessible way to reset the entire body, physically, chemically, energetically, in just a few minutes. Using specific movement, breath, intention, and pressure mechanics of the body, fascial maneuvers can rehydrate the fascia, reduce stress by up to 75 to 90%, restoring the nervous system to a calm, coherent state. People experience less tension, better mobility, clear focus, feeling of emotional spaciousness almost immediately. It's the most effective nervous system regulation and healing tool that I found in 15 years of doing this. Anyone can learn it. Thanks.
Yay.
That
Really
was,
good.
I think that was the last one. I think I could submit this video and figure out how to do the final exam. So thanks for
Yay.
yeah, being with me for this class.
I'm so glad you're doing this because you're so natural and such an inspiring teacher. You're really, really good. I've had so many teachers over the years, but you really you live it. I can feel how passionate and how much it's changed your life and you're teaching from that place.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a history of,
You're,
go ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Just that having a history of finding out about something, feeling this like truth and resonance in it. Like, oh, there's something good here, and I'm going to go all in. The more I practice, the more I'll be able to transmit the practice elsewhere. So yeah, I appreciate how people have just gone with me for this this month of going into a different direction than the container initially had. And I think it's been an overall pleasant surprise for everyone. So excited to continue with that deepening. And yeah, the world needs more of this. There's just nothing else like it as far as how quick, how deep it can get to this positive state. And state is everything. Like the entirety of Tony Robbins' work is all about cultivating state and having
Yeah.
the physical part, and we can start to add in more of the verbal part, what language we're using, what what we're focusing on. Now, yeah, it's just the beginning. We got deeper stuff we can go into, and the intro stuff is amazing, life changing. What were you gonna say, Bridget?
Just that you inspire me to start something like this too, because
Uh-huh.
I'm doing the certification program in the November 8th cohort. So I was thinking about it, but seeing you doing it really kind of helped me to think more about it and to maybe start.
Good. Yeah. If I recommend just starting right away. I was just teaching to my computer, recording it, and just hearing myself say the things and tracking down like, all right, which way is my left and right when I'm in this position? And like all those little things that if you struggle with it on your own first, it's going to be a lot better than when you're in front of a group. So yeah, the basic stress reset, basic 10 maneuvers, they're pretty straightforward to learn. And it's just been, I've probably taught Totally Twisted 200 times by now. Um, so I can do it in my sleep. So that's nice. So repetition and yeah, inviting people like, if you want to join, I did everything pretty much donations based for this first month. Like I'm learning it. Come learn with me and provide feedback. So even a small group. So some days we have 10 people, some days it's me and one other person hanging out.
Nice.
For your feedback on the pitch,
Yeah, please.
um, I would make that the 1 minute version
Uh-huh.
and say it slower because you said a lot of important things. And then maybe two-thirds or half of the most important things of those, however you choose, maybe become the 30-second version, also slower because you embody like grounded communication and embodiment, and there's no need to rush through all these important things that you're saying, and you
I
know
love it.
that. So reminding you.
No, really, that's super helpful. I know I can get really excited about what I'm talking about, and then like, all right, they said 30 seconds or less. Blah, blah, blah. I think that's not exactly the point. So, fascial maneuvers are simple yet powerful way to reset the entire body. They work on the physical level, chemical level, energetic level. They use specific movement, breath, intention to rehydrate the fascia, reduce stress up to 90% in the body, restoring the nervous system to a calm, balanced, coherent place. Best thing I found in 15 years. Take four.
Yeah, that
Oh,
landed.
up to the that was awesome. Yeah, maybe like up to the 90. Sometimes I immediately think, oh, it could be 2%. When when people say up to something, so it's like you can make me say usually some percent, usually 70 or whatever I think you said, or
Uh-huh.
70 to 90. I think that works better. I like
Cool.
the first version of it. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that too. I was like cutting out little words, and I was like, nah, I think reducing stress in the
yeah, you
body
improv
by
it. Yeah,
75 to 90% in just a few minutes is a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep practicing. Like, wait, speak. What is the fascia? What is fascial maneuvers? Like getting that question and trying to explain it in a couple sentences to someone, like the elevator pitch. Like, where do I begin? So,
Could I give one more feedback? So
mhm.
when I saw this, I kept thinking it was facial
Yeah,
for a long time because we are doing some facial stuff, cranial stuff. So uh, maybe like catching that assumption that people might have if they seem like they have it, like yeah, just being sensitive to that. Yeah.
yeah. It's auto corrected a couple times to facial when I've like typed the word in incorrectly.
Yeah.
Well, cool. All right. Tomorrow, Thanksgiving, I'll be doing a class. Same time, same place. All are welcome to join. I think I might make tomorrow maybe a little bit more towards beginner, so if people are doing it with family or want to introduce someone to it, have that option to go through some of the basics, at least for the first 20 or 30 minutes of class. And then I'll see who's here and how I'm feeling. And yeah, I have a whole series I'm creating for fascial maneuvers, a pre-bed routine sea creature style. So that used to be a very open exploratory practice, and I love it. I love that. And it's very high level to do to really get the most out of it. So having like a yin fascial maneuvers series of like these are the positions we're going to go through and experimentation, pandiculation in between is always welcome. But applying the principles to my favorite somatic practice has just been, yeah, so good. I think I did it for like 4 hours straight last night, just playing in bed and experimenting and yeah, when I get into stuff, I get obsessed with it. So I keep feeling better. It's a best addiction I've ever had. All right, I'll hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, and I will hope to see you very soon.
Thank you, Dave.
Take
See you
care.
tomorrow.
Okay.
You're very welcome.